Welcome Wastelanders to the Fallout 76 Skyline Valley update notes. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video useful, and let's get into the video. Welcome to Skyline Valley, our first map expansion of the Appalachian region. Explore this new mysterious location, uncover the true location of Vault 63, and figure out the truth behind the Lost. Update highlights. Map expansion. Venture south into Skyline Valley in the heart of Shenandoah National Park and solve the mysteries behind the ever-raging storm shadowing the region. New questline. Uncover the true location of Vault 63 and meet the residents while you discover the secrets of the storm and the Lost. A new public event. Help the thrill-seeking storm chasers get the best picture of the storm by protecting them from the elements, the Lost, and nearby electro-charged creatures. A new region boss. Face off against a new massive threat that only the combined power of the Wastelanders can overcome. A new ghoul type. Meet the Lost, those who dwell in Skyline Valley. Electrically supercharged ghouls that have been driven mad. Uncover the story to find out why. Update version is 1.7.12.10. The download size is 28GB on Steam, 41GB on all other platforms. We are beginning a series of combat updates that are aimed to improve your experience. We are starting this process with today's update by making some changes to creatures and weapons. Our goal is for these changes to have positive effects on combat throughout the entire game. To help set expectations, we expect these changes to take effect in a variety of different places, weapons, creatures, etc., across multiple patches, giving you a lot of time to provide feedback on the adjustments being made to ensure we are moving in a positive direction. We also have a brand new season for you to unlock, Season 17, Pioneer Scouts. Fixes and improvements, art. Muni Operator outfit now looks the same when previewed and when worn. Fixes and improvements, camp. Workshop. Enlightened Mothman Lantern should no longer display the premium icon and can be repaired individually when destroyed. Workshop. Fluttering Moth no longer takes up camp light budget. The Sacred Mothman Tome Camp item now has candle flames. Nuka World Radio will now correctly sync across clients. Fixes and improvements, gameplay. Power armor. Fixing a state players could get in where they could no longer craft Union power armor when they should have been able to. Power armor. Union power armor will no longer drop as loot from enemies but can be rolled from the purveyor if the recipe or entitlement is known by the player. Dev note. With this fix, Union power armor is now craftable for players who have bought and learned the recipe from Giuseppe, or by players who earned the Union power armor entitlements in Season 10. If you do not have the plan for Union power armor, it can be purchased from Giuseppe, who is upstairs with Bubbles at the refuge. Once learned, they will no longer be able to be obtained. Additionally, Union power armor pieces will not drop as loot, even if you can craft the power armor pieces, but they can be found via the random power armor purchases from Murmur at the Rusty Pick. Players should only see the Union power armor pieces that they know how to craft drop from Purveyor's mystery picks. Pieces that are yet to be learnt will not be dropped. Union power armor pieces will still have the atomic symbol on them and cannot be traded or dropped by players once they have been obtained. Workshop. Players who have learned to build the Atlantic City poker and blackjack tables but lost access to them should now be able to build them again. Test Your Metal. Robot Beerstein display case will now properly drop from the Test Your Metal event. Moonshine Jamboree. Improved an issue which could block enemy pathing during this event. Fashnak. Masks of all tiers will correctly drop upon event completion. Improved spawn rates of honeybeasts. Added a donation basket to the event as well to share your repeat masks with other players, and marchers will now start walking to the parade a bit faster instead of needing for their dialogue to be complete. Increase the walk speed of the marchers, and Fashnak will now randomly pick between 5 possible end boss encounters. Yaguai pastry now counts as a food meal for the Eat a Cooked Meal challenge. Applying a reflex sight to an Enclave pistol with a flamer barrel attachment now shows the decrease in action points consumption in the stats menu. Hot rod on blocks and overgrown vehicle no longer spawn damaging nuke explosions when destroyed. Fixed an issue which would cause players to get stuck while turning the spit in Meat Week. Fixed an issue with the damage reduction effect on the Endanger Roll barrel that allowed it to stack multiple times on a target. Nuka Shank now requires glass and cloth to be crafted rather than oil. Updated mods for the Gauss shotgun, minigun and Gauss pistol to correctly require science-based perks to be applied. Updated the default barrel for the Gauss rifle. Fixed an issue which could cause fusion cores to appear empty when placed in power armor. Players can now trade the Herdsman Bell and Herdsman Bell rack to other players. And the paddle ball now displays the correct ammo type when inspected. Fixes and improvements. Weapons. Increase the base damage to the Alien Blaster and the Cryolator. Fixed an issue with how damage was calculated for the following weapons and mods. Auto Axe, Chainsaw, Minigun, Shredder mod. Increased base damage for the Auto Axe. Adjustments to Electric, Electrified, Burning and Poison mods for the following weapons. Auto Axe, Mr. Handy Buzzblade, Chinese Officer Sword, Shepherd's Crook, Sheepsquatch Staff, Sheepsquatch Club, Hatchet, Assaultron Blade, Revolutionary Sword, Baton, and Vault 63 Shock Baton. Dev note for this one, these weapon mods now evenly split their damage between physical and energy/fire/poison, and damage has been adjusted to account for damage being split between multiple damage types. The Cattle Prod has also received a similar change. Its damage has been adjusted and is evenly split between physical and energy damage. These adjustments generally represent an increase in damage dealt. We have also improved how we calculate the fall-off for weapon damage at range. We expect this to smooth out the fall-off damage for weapons that historically lost most of their damage right away. All ranged weapons benefit from this, but it should be most visible with shotguns and pipe guns, as well as when fighting larger creatures such as Deathclaws. Fixes and improvements. Localization. Fixed various typos and fixed some dialogue. Fixes and improvements. Quests. Honor Bound. Fixed an issue where Vin could become hostile to the player. One Violent Night. Fixed an issue where the Night Stalker's visual effects would be applied to players multiple times, creating an extremely intense effect. Bots on Parade and a Real Blast. Fixed an issue that caused the objective to complete before the correct number of hostiles were defeated. Distant Thunder. Increased the objective radius to more accurately reflect the area in which Scorched can appear. Hell's Eagles. Fixed an issue that would allow players to start with the quest again after completion. We also removed the second broken quest from players in this situation. Regent of the Dead. Geordie no longer continuously starts dialogue with the player if the player exits dialogue with her before resolving the confrontation. The quest Minor Miracles now starts correctly when interacting with the Garahan Excavator poster. Fixes and improvements. User interface. Items now display how much they will weigh when being placed in a character's stash. Score notification will no longer remain visible on ultra-wide monitors. Fixed an issue which could cause You Have Joined a Team to remain visible on some super-wide monitors. Added height indicators for quest targets and NPCs to the Power Armor user interface. Fixes and improvements. World. Raider NPCs from the Coop will no longer spawn as legendary. The following creatures have received balance changes: Angler, Cave Cricket, Floaters, Gulper, Mutant Hound, Protectron. Fixes and improvements. Miscellaneous. Fixed some dialogue inconsistencies. The broken ProSnap Deluxe cameras will no longer appear in vendor inventories. Fixed some directional prompts for tax evasion. Fixed an issue which could cause audio to cut out on some expeditions. Green Thumb, Backwoodsman 4 and Verdant Season should now work on a broader selection of plants. Fixed an issue which would cause players to crash if they logged out during character generation. Fixed some cases where turret-mounted laser weapons were not triggering the electric absorption perk. Updated Complete Any Expedition and Complete Any Atlantic City Expedition challenges to include the new Atlantic City mission from the America's Playground update. So there you have it. Skyline Valley update is live, and those were the changes and adjustments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video useful, and we'll see you in Appalachia.